I tell you what, you can stay right here while I get mine to go with my To-Go Mini by KangerTech. That's right, boys and girls. KangerTech, they got their latest product out, and it is called the To-Go Mini. Oh, yeah, and this is going to be a first look. A very first look. Have not even taken one single hit off this bad boy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dive down, show you this thing up close and personal. We'll come back. I'll vape on it for the very first time with one coil head that comes with this kit. Vape on it for the very first time with a second coil head that comes with this kit, and give you my first thoughts. So here she is, boys and girls, the packaging for this KangerTech To-Go Mini. And inside that packaging, you receive your To-Go Mini mod. Comes with this baggie of extra goodies, a Phillips head screwdriver, 2 O-rings, and 3 extra screws. A USB cable for charging. Comes with this extra glass tank. 2 clock coil heads, a 0.5 ohm 316 stainless steel, and a 1 ohm nichrome. You receive an authenticity card. And last but not least, a To-Go user manual. So here she is, boys and girls, the KangerTech To-Go Mini in all its glory. She comes in 3 different color options, red as you guys see, orange, or black. She's 77mm by 44mm by 22.5mm. Alright, so just to give you guys a size comparison, here's this To-Go Mini sitting next to this Argo. You thought the Argo was small. This To-Go Mini is even smaller. Now, KangerTech markets this thing is made out of zinc alloy, and it's got this carbon fiber paint finish on it, and it just feels good. It looks like a matte finish. I like it. I mean, it's different, something different that I haven't seen. I mean, it's not a fingerprint magnet by any means. As you guys can see, she's got a built-in tank, and KangerTech, they market this thing holds 3.8 mils of e-liquid. It says KangerTech on the side. At the top, you got your battery gauge screen, just like the Armor and the Argo. When you click it, okay, right now it's on. Okay, there's the fire button, by the way, and it's very, very, very flush, but I like it. It's a clicky fire button. You hold it down and you see those 5 dots. That means this thing's fully charged, just like the Armor and Argo kit. 5 clicks turns her off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna blink and she's going to be off. 5 clicks to turn her back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna blink and she's gonna be on. Now this thing, it's unregulated. It starts at 4.2 volts and it drops and drops and drops, just like the Armor and the Argo kit. She comes with a standard Delrin 510 drip tip. Nice snuggy duggy fit. There is the catch cup, so that means you can use your preferred standard 510 drip tips. She's got dual top adjustable airflow. Whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the exact same as on that side. She's got a stopper, so she stops in one direction and the other. You can close her off all the way. You can open her up all the way. So this device is not only meant for your lung restrictive hitters, but it's also meant for your mouth lungers. Let me show you. When you close her off all the way, she's blocked on this side, right? Well, if you turn her, look at that. You got a little pinhole over here, and that pinhole makes this thing really, really restrictive. Makes the airflow really restrictive. On this side of the device, you have a USB port for charging, and then on the base, it says TOGO Mini, and you got plenty of vent holes. Oh yeah, and another thing, this TOGO Mini houses a 1600 milliamp hour built-in battery. So here's the nichrome 1 ohm coil, recommended vape 7 watts to 15 watts. It's blocked off on one end because that's where it makes a connection at the bottom of the tank, but at the top you got your vertical coil, small little hole. Like I said, this is for the mouth lungers. The airflow comes in through the sides. One side here comes down through it, underneath the coil, up through the coil. That's how this thing works. 1 feed hole on one side, 1 feed hole on the other. Again, uses organic cotton as the wicking. So here's the other clock coil, the 0.5 ohm 316 stainless steel, recommended vape 15 watts to 60 watts. This is the one I'm definitely going to be starting with because this is more for the lung hitters, the restrictive lung hitters. Up top, you got another vertical coil, but look how much bigger that hole is. Top airflow, you got the airflow running through the sides, and then underneath the coil, up through the coil. You got your feed slot on one side, feed slot on the other, just like the other coil uses organic cotton. All right, so now it's time to fill this bad boy up in vapor, but before we do that, we got to unscrew this top cap / adjustable airflow / shaft section from the mod. And what we do is we just fill it up to that max line, and they say it holds 3.8 mils of juice. But look how much room you got up top. Holy freaking cannoli. Today we're going to be using this stuff called Cuckachoo. Yeah, this is 3 milligrams. Look at my goofy face. This is one of my juices. This is one of the first 3 or 4 juices that I ever created, and it's got a small following of loyal buyers. They just love this stuff. They can't get enough of it. To be honest, we took this off the Vape Trick site about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and people flipped their lid. It was just a small group, but it's that small group that just keeps coming back and buying more. I created it because I wanted something a little bit complex. This is a tropical guava with just underlying notes of black licorice and a touch of menthol. And let me tell you something, it's an acquired taste, but if you like black licorice, you like guava, and you like just a touch of menthol, you'll love this. Go ahead and fill it up to that line. But look, this is a 10 ml bottle, okay? And they say it holds 3.8 mils, not quite half the bottle, so that's pretty accurate. Next step, I'm going to screw the 0.5 ohm 316 coil head into the shaft section. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to prime her up from the sides in the feed holes. 1-2 drops at the most. Easy peasy, what a sleazy, no leaking. You just got to make sure you fill it up to that line and not above it, because if you do, there will be spillage. Make sure she's nice and tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to vape on this 0.5 3/16 stainless steel coil head first in lung hit mode, and then I'm going to pop the 1 ohm nichrome and mount the lung and vape on that for you. But you know what? Before I vape on it for the first time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes and let that juice really soak into the coil head. Very important, guys. You don't want to burn out that organic cotton. All right, so first things first, before I take my first hit ever on this device, doesn't this thing look the tits? It's just so small. Look at it. I mean, you guys saw the Argo. I thought the Argo was small. This is even smaller, and with the built-in tank and how much it holds 3.8 mils of juice. That right off the bat, it got me intrigued. So let's just see how she vapes, okay? I let her sit, like I said, 5-10 minutes, so she should be good to go. Airflow wide open, and I've got the 0.5 ohm 3/16 stainless steel coil head in here. Woo, she packs a punch. Not tons of vapor, but the flavor's on point. It's a restrictive lung hit, even wide open restrictive. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close her off halfway open. Oh yeah, flavor jumps. Vapor's about the same, man. This thing's hitting. It's hitting with a 3 milligram. Now, some of you guys are like, oh, that's weak sauce. Well, to me, I'm usually vaping, 3 milligram in sub-ohm tanks, most sub-ohm tanks. But for some reason, this is just hitting harder at 3 milligram than most other sub-ohm tanks that I've tried recently. In RTAs, I vape 1.5 milligram, and that does me just fine. So 3 milligram in this sucker right here, I mean, it's hitting like a truck full of, well, you know what, dildos. All right, so I got the 1 ohm nichrome in here, closed off all the way. Here we go. Whoa. Hardly any vapor at all, but that hit, man. I'm getting a hit. Oh, yeah. I'm buzzing a little bit too much. I got to give me a drink of water. Let me tell you something. If you vape as much as I do, make sure you stay hydrated when you're vaping, because you will get dehydrated. Doing these reviews all the time, I tell you what, I am drinking a ton of water. I probably go through 2 gallons a day, guys. No shit. So I had to pile the 0.5 ohmer back in here. I got her wide open. I'm going to take another hit with this Cuckoo in here, and I'm going to explain what I'm getting out of the Cuckoo. It's just, it's good. This is a good juice, but it's an acquired taste. You know, to me, it tastes like a bubblegum / Red Bull. And I think it's just the right amount of black licorice in here. I could barely taste it. So that right there is my first look at this KangerTech TOGO Mini. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, with these first looks, it's just a first look. That's what it is. And if I come back and talk about it more down the road, that means that I found something wrong with it. If I didn't, that means it's a green light. It's good to go. But so far, this thing's kicking ass, man, as far as flavor. It hits like a truck of a brick house. I think the mouth lungers are going to really like this. I think the lung hitters, the restrictive lung hitters, are going to like this too. And another thing I like about this tank is it holds 3.8 mils of juice for a small device like this with a built-in tank. That's definitely going to be a pro in my book right off the bat. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.